You know, one thing I've always said, be willing to sacrifice who you are for who you can become.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's a quote from my wide receiver coach at OU, Dwayne Dixon.
Yeah.
And he would say that all the time. And I used to always be like, be willing to sacrifice who you are, man, for who you can become. You know, I am who I.
Yeah, I'm already him.
Yeah, you know, in my mind, like I'm like, man, you know. But the older I get, the more that quote sticks with me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because if you're not willing to sacrifice who you are in this moment, right now, for who you can become, you're gonna stay stagnant.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're gonna stay stagnant whether you're in a mental health issue or whether you're depressed or whether you're anything. You're gonna stay here or it's gonna go here.
Yeah.
You know, but if you sacrifice who you are for who you can become, at that point, you know, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And when I say this a lot, you know, like I said, it's not about monetary stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a big bearing on a man too in society.
Yeah.
Because look, I'm not gonna say, hey, you know, don't strive to be, you know, financially successful or financially good.
Yeah.
I would never tell anybody not to do that because I know what type of pride comes with that as a man.
No, for sure.
Because we are in a competitive society, especially in America.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you go to other countries, everybody cool with doing, you know, their
Same
actual
thing.
trade or something like that. And then you have these, you know, but certain people are comfortable.
Yeah.
But I believe, though, if you're willing to sacrifice, you know, who you are for who you can become, I think that quote alone, like, lets you know, like, you know what? Like, be willing to make a little change. It don't have to be nothing big. A lot of people think you have to do this crazy amount of stuff to sacrifice something. Find something that you feel like maybe is kind of not keeping you from reaching that next level or keeping you from going over that hump. And then look at it, assess it, and be like, you know what? Maybe I can cut this out.
Yeah. And we all got something like that.
Everybody.
Yeah, we all.
I mean, it could be anything. It could be eating Chick-fil-A all the time or something.
With him, you know, he would tell me like stuff to do all the time. I'd be like, man, I'm not trying to do that, man. Like, I'm all right, man. I'm straight.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You know, I'm making enough money. I ain't got to worry about that.
Man,
you know, you should do it because of, you know, he giving me other reasons.
And
I'm like, yeah, man, I hear you, man. You know, but so you know, so even with stuff like that, you know, you just being constantly in my ears, like, I hear you. I might not be hearing it right now, but I hear you. But you stand there. And that's the thing when I'm talking about, if you got some people around you that actually legitimately believe in something, or, you know, or maybe see something better for you that you might not even see for yourself at that time.
Exactly.
That's important. And that's
important.
What goes back to that. Because we as men, and I think that's where we kind of run into a brick wall at, is that we do compete. Men compete amongst each other in a sense, but it's like we should just compete. Our group compete with that group. We compete within the group. And you know, and that's what happens. Like, we got to make sure that no, we're not competing amongst each other. Like, I done had the discussion with you before. Like, I'm like, man, listen, everybody got to be here.
Got to be at the certain.
The one thing about life, things fall, things shift. You know, so at the end of the day, I can't be here, you be here, because now if I'm here, we both here. How the hell I'm going to get back up? You know what I mean? I might need you to pull me back up, you know? So it's like, no, we all got to be here. You know, everybody got to be on the same level and bringing each other up. Now, we can go compete with the other jackasses across town, but we ain't competing amongst each other.
No, definitely not. And this is something that I've talked to you about also, envy. Envy. And I think, this is the thing about mental health, bro. And this is why I said earlier, are certain people using it as a crutch? I believe mental health, I've gone through things in life. I've shared with, you know. I've gone through things, and I know it's a lot of things I've went through. A lot of people wouldn't have been able to overcome. You know, but by having, like, you know, a strong foundation, having like a praying family, having like faith in my talent or abilities, or faith in myself and God, has allowed me to continue to, you know, pursue a goal I set for myself at 5. And there was a lot of things that was trying to stop, stop me from doing that. Whether I was, you know, in the right or in the wrong. There's been certain things that, you know, it was there, and I had to deal with it. Now, you could deal with that a man, or you could tuck your tail. I dealt with it how I needed to deal with it. It could be embarrassing. It could have been this. People could say whatever. But I was so tunnel vision, and like, I mean, I would go, you know, kind of ghost and focus on what I needed to do, right? but I never was envious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was never a part of me to where I can look at another man and feel any type of envy. If anything, I felt motivated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's where we fall in the line of people think mental health got to be depression or, stress or, eating or something bad. Envy is a mental illness too.
Yeah,
you just don't know it.
Yeah. No, that's
you
real.
You don't know it. Envy is a mental illness. If you look at somebody else and either feel hatred in your body towards that person based on their success or what they have going on in their life.
Yeah.
And that's why I say like, okay, because there's so many different spectrums that you have to deal with, and you don't know how that can bog people down too.
Yeah.
For example, you say, you had somebody come to you about advice and stuff. Now, and I don't know the situation, so I can't really speak on it. But just let's hypothetically say something like, similar situation hypothetically. Let's say they have another friend group, right? His wife, the situation, his wife's making more, providing more, things like that. But she got a best friend that don't work at all.
Yeah.
And the husband is providing everything. Yeah. Just got a brand new boat.
Yeah.
Just got jet skis.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. You killing them.
You slowly. And now at that point, the person that, hypothetically that you may have referenced could be looking at it like either A, I wish, like, dang, man, he just pulled up with another this. He just did this. That's one side of the coin.
No, listen.
Now what the other side is,
the
other side is, all right, I got something for you. And that's when I think a lot of men lose that competitive, that urge to be like, hey, I see you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm gonna meet you there.
And
I think that's really important. Like you just said, you don't compete amongst each other.
Yeah.
We can compete amongst each other if we're just competing amongst each other. But we're not, it's no kind of like envy or trying to bring it up. It's all about elevation.
Yeah.
It's all about elevation.
Yeah.
And if we're going to compete with somebody else doing the same thing or somebody that.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that's true. That's true. And that's a good point, because me and you even had conversations before about when, if a certain situation come up for you, and it's like, nah, bro, don't worry about me. Go do what you gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, so we had that we done had that conversation before.
Exactly.
So and that's really what it is. So like, and that kind of even segues back into kind of, I think a lot of social media plays into it for men nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot of it plays into it. A lot of that.
It does.
Social media. I mean, men and women, but I know men specifically just because they feel like, sometimes, man, as a man, I think when some men looking at social media, you comparing your life to a movie. In the sense, and when I say a movie, this is a fictional movie.
Fictional movie.
That's what I mean.
This ain't a biopic or something.
Yeah.